Engine in this is a 2.7 litre. We can power the aircraft up.
Hey guys, B Snappy here. I'm here with Ryan and he's the owner of this amazing replica Mustang. How are you, Ryan?
Good, mate.
What's really amazing about this aircraft is there is a car engine driving this thing and you won't believe what it is. So why did you want to buy one of these amazing aircraft?
I fell in love with the real P51 as a kid. They're worth up to $5 million. These don't cost as much as that, but they still put a smile on my face. And I've been building them since I was a little kid and finally got the opportunity to own one. It's a kit that's produced in America and you can build it in your garage at home with hand tools.
What's the build time on them?
So the build time that the factory states is about 2,000 hours. It was actually built by a Royal Australian Air Force engineer in his spare time when he wasn't working on F-18 Hornets. He built this.
We'll walk around the plane now and have a look at all the features. What's this wing actually made of?
So it's aluminium sheeted wing. Yeah. It's got a lot of modern technology in it. So the forward section of this wing is actually styrofoam wrapped in aluminium for strength, but there's no ribs. It's a solid structure. And the spar that gives the wing the strength runs all the way to the end. You can stand on this wing and walk to the end and it won't hurt it. Have
a look at this hole. You can literally see right through it. Ryan, I just noticed there's actually a hole through your aircraft.
Yeah, that's where our tow bar goes.
Oh.
So this is how we manoeuvre the plane when the engine's not running and we want to put it back in the hangar.
Oh,
you slide this in. So this is how we manoeuvre it around. So we can just grab that.
Oh, whoa.
Pick the aircraft up and manoeuvre it around.
Brilliant design.
From 1940s.
Where did this colour scheme come from?
So it's coloured off a famous World War II P51 called Ferocious Frankie.
Yeah.
From a famous squadron. They had the yellow noses and it's built in honour of her.
So what's the cruise speed for this thing?
So it cruises about 170 knots, so around the 300 km/h mark. So it's pretty fast. The factory that builds the kit says 90% of the fun at 10% of the cost in terms of a real Mustang.
What's the overall weight of the aircraft?
This aircraft empty weighs about 600 kilos, lighter than a small car.
So you can flip this thing around, loop, do everything with it?
It is fully aerobatic. Everything the original Mustang can do, this can do.
So if the engine did fail, how well does it actually glide?
Very well. The glide performance of this is very similar to a competition level paraglider at around 9:1.
Aluminium prop?
No, they're actually carbon fibre blades on this one. Latest technology.
Is that actually taking weight out of the airplane or are you just after the strength?
A bit of both, and also the ability to make a propeller that fits that engine setup with the Mustang look.
So what's this down here?
That's the radiator for the engine to keep the coolant cool.
Oh,
we can control the airflow through there. So if we're at high altitudes, we can slow the air down to stop the coolant from freezing.
And fully retractable undercarriage?
Fully retractable, the mains and the tail wheel all retract.
Oh,
that gives us our speed.
Now we're going to talk about the engine and then we're going to get a look in the cockpit. So Ryan, what do we have in here?
The engine in this is a 2.7 litre Suzuki engine out of a Grand Vitara. Puts out just under 200 horsepower. It runs through a reduction drive gearbox to slow the propeller down.
Yeah.
And runs the aircraft very, very well. A lot of power for this light aircraft. So the engine's actually mounted back to front to what it would be in the car. So the gearbox is at the front of the aircraft to drive the propeller.
With this aircraft, you actually have to enter from the front of the wing and the wheel is the step. You got to sit on the top of the seat to actually kick your legs out in front of you. This is actually a really comfy joystick. Is this standard?
It's been added to this aircraft. It's styled off a modern day fighter like the F-18 Hornet.
So what's this?
That's your throttle, your undercarriage control to put your undercarriage up or down.
Yeah.
This is your flaps up or down, so we can power the aircraft up and we can raise the flaps.
The top speed is 180 knots.
This is a crack handle to close the canopy.
What's the visibility out the front when you're flying level?
It's fantastic. It's not so great when it's on the ground because it's a tail drag and got such a big long nose.
Yeah.
When we taxi it, we have to do a zigzag maneuver so we can see out the front and not run into anything.
Is there many of these actually in Australia?
There's only 4 in Australia and only 3 that currently fly.
Thanks so much for letting me sit in your aircraft. I almost felt like a fighter pilot for a minute there.
That's exactly what I do. I like to sit and pretend myself.
Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. Your aircraft is amazing.
You're welcome, mate.
If you like this video, make sure you check out this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Be snappy out.